It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Time for another live stream here at PNIC's Handhelds. Hey fam, Swati kคนคร PNIC here. And I know there's been a lot of ruckus this week about Ayaneo from different content creators. And all I can say is from my personal experience, as far as Ayaneo really knows, I am just like you. You know, I've asked them for review units and everything like that in the past, and they've said no, that they'd think about it, talk to another department, but never gotten anywhere. So, but the times that I have communicated with them, they've been nice to me. Um, yes, it is a bit of a delay. Let me just see if I can't make this a little. I think that might be too bright. Yeah. Anyways, so they've treated me like a customer, and I've never had any issue with them. Like say the Pocket DS did have some light bleed issues on its IPS panel that's on the bottom for the DS. But, you know, I kind of attributed that to being a small, company, not being the best at that kind of thing. But yes, I've heard about delays and people waiting 6+ months for a device after the Indiegogo went live to get it. I can only say from my experience, when I ordered it relatively soon after the campaigns have gone live, I got it. And thanks for being here, Ethan. So, I feel bad for anyone that's had issues, whether it's quality control issues, like my IPS panel, or one YouTuber said that he had an issue with the battery where it smelled like the battery was going to catch fire. Lemons unfortunately do happen. Having worked in cell phone industry for a number of years, both as a salesperson and a trainer of sales staff, lemons happen. We've had dead on arrival DOA or dead on opening, but they call it DOA, dead on arrival to the store basically. iPhones and Samsungs, and heck, Samsung had exploding battery gate, right, with the Note 7, I believe it was. So no company's immune to having lemons, unfortunately. And by the sounds of it, they could have handled things a bit better. But again, I can only go by what my experience with them is, and other than the fact that I haven't gotten anywhere as far as asking for a review unit, which is the case for most companies, honestly, since only TrimUI has sent me a review unit, and Mech DIY sent me CrossMix OS that I'll be going over later this month on the TrimUI Smart Pro S, and Absolute sent me the telescopic controller. So, everything else I've paid for out of pocket over these last 9 months, 100% out of pocket, not out of pocket and get reimbursed under the table or anything like that, just 100% out of pocket on a Thai salary, which I can assure you, if you're not in Thailand, your salary is probably higher than my Thai salary. But that's okay. I make this because I love handhelds and I love working with you guys. So, before I get too long-winded, I'm going to need a drink. So, as always, I'm going to ask, what are you having to drink? For today's video, I am having 7-Up Zero Sugar lemon soda with real lemon juice. So obviously less than half a carb to qualify for having real lemon juice in it, but you can see the lovely Thai writing that I couldn't read if it depended on it, if my life depended on it. But, yeah, I can read that. 325 milliliters. So that's apparently milliliters. And it's still weird for me because in North America, we're not allowed to have phone numbers start with the 0, and almost all Thai numbers start with the 0. So it is a bit kind of strange for me in that regard. But what are you having to drink, Ethan, and anyone else that's here? Another Pepsi Zero / Max? All right. Actually, before we do that, let me grab my mouse pointer here, and we'll go ahead and do the 8,000 subscriber giveaway, if I remember correctly. So we are more than halfway behind, so we've still got like 2 months to catch up. But hey, I'm all right with that. Hopefully, get more and more people consistently watching. For example, this did not perform so well for the unboxing, but such is life. All right, let's go to the giveaway. Ah, regular Coke. See, I thought about getting the Coke, and I said, well, Ethan always has Pepsi, so instead of contrasting him with a Coke product, I'll go with Seven Up. And nice, nice. Some barbecue shakes. Sounds delicious. All right, let's do our giveaway here. There we are. So we've added 2 new people this week, Ben R, and I'm not even going to try to say the guy's name at the bottom of the list here because I cannot read Arabic. But I'm happy to have members of the fam from anywhere and everywhere around the world. So we'll do our traditional shuffle 3 times to make it fair. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we'll go ahead and minimize this to make it a little bit bigger. So let's find out who's going to win this week's giveaway. Brain Beats, I finally gave me all of his information, so I was finally able to place his order. I still feel bad about Soto, but Soto never replied to me. At least Brainbeat was in communication with me, so that's why I left it up to him. Cool, cool. I'll have to go to Oz and try some there, Ethan. Let's find out. Will you win this week or will somebody else win? Let's find out. No, no. Okay, so we got Hokon 3201 has won. Congratulations. Sorry, Ethan, you didn't win. Someday you're going to definitely win, buddy. And so we are. So Hokon, when you watch this, I will be messaging you so we can pick what you want. And of course, if anybody's curious what you can win and how you win, of course, to qualify for the subscriber giveaway, subscribe to the YouTube channel and sign up for the Discord server. If you really want to, you can sign up for the website. I'm not updating things on the website at the moment due to time constraints and everything else, but I will still accept any member on the website or member of the Discord server as well. So the decision is yours on how you want to join, but you do that, and I do have a channel dedicated to what previous winners have won, as well as what you can win. For example, you can win this handy dandy mug. Not this exact one, unless you're in Thailand, because I tried. If I can find my mouse cursor, there we go. There we go. I was going to send one of the mugs just like this and to Felipe, and Felipe is in Switzerland, so I went to DHL and said, how much would it cost to have this shipped to Switzerland? And they said, oh, from here in Bangkok. Oh, no. Sorry, my mouse cursor is moving a bit slow at the moment. What is going on here? I think my phone stopped working here. Let's find out. There it is. Okay, why? I'm not sure. There we go. All right. So as I was saying though, I was going to the second winner was named Felipe out of Switzerland, and I was going to send him a mug just like this. But when I went to send it to him, it would have been 100 Canadian dollars. So I went to a supplier on AliExpress, and obviously much cheaper, and gave me the option of colors rather than only providing white. So you can get a variety of colors on the handle, or white or solid black body. Everyone has gone with the solid black body. Kind of surprising to me. I thought somebody would at least go for like a red handle with a white body or something, but or t-shirts. We've done some t-shirts. We've done the first winner wanted a desk mat just like this, and he's in England, so that's what I did. I gave him the option of sizes, and he picked what he wanted, and I sent it off to him. So don't hesitate. Subscribe to both the channel and to the Discord server. The easiest way to do it. If you don't want to do it to the Discord server, sign up on the website penix-handhelds.com. So just remove the apostrophes and then put penix-handhelds.com. You can sign up there. And that works as well. But I digress. Of course, either way, free to sign up, and you get a gift for every 1,000 subscribers. I give away a gift. So now Ethan was kind of leery about this guy. He thought the 2, or in my case 3 gigabytes of RAM would be too little, and that's why he went with another very solid entry-level device for his first handheld. And that's what I love about having the Discord servers, being able to talk to everyone about what they're going through. So Ethan went with the Mungme Air X. And I will be doing a sub $100 budget battle by the end of the month. And of course, those two, along with some other devices that will be reviewed shortly, were the ones being reviewed. Yeah, it was way too expensive of a mug to send versus just getting an AliExpress supplier to make it brand new and ship it from China. All right, so of course I have, as I showed in my video, I have Obtainium, I have ESDE here. Now you can enable and disable the theme. I had to click on the pencil there, edit it, and it was down here, so I had to drag it up. But then it's able to add night mode or dark mode directly on it, so that's what I did. Of course, you can put it on Do Not Disturb so you don't get notifications. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at ESDE. Now, Ethan had asked for Panzer Dragoon, and I don't know, I must not be able to find the right version, because every time I try to get it to load, it goes black, and you think, oh, maybe it's loading. But sadly, it's not. And I tried doing the standalone Yaba Sanshiro 2 emulator as well, and same results, just not loading. So I don't know why Panzer's, there we go, why Panzer's wanting to be a pain in the tuchus, but it is. So what can we do? All right, so now this is I actually kind of like this theme. I've been using this one on this device. So whenever you're out console level, gives you a look at the console in the background with a famous figure or faux figure, because obviously this is supposed to be Lara Croft, but on PlayStation she did not look like that. But then it gives you like the breakdown of the console and the original advertisement with audio. Of course, I have mine currently muted, but with audio of the original advertisement for each console. So I think that's pretty fun. Now the caveat, of course, is arcade. It just kind of shows an arcade and makes the sounds of an arcade. Now I remember as a kid, when I was young, like 7, 8 years old, we could go into gas stations and or there were some arcades still in malls, and you could play a game for a quarter or 2 quarters. And then I remember right before, like in middle school, there was this place that opened up in the city. At the time, I didn't live in the city, but this place in the city had an arcade, and it was a nickel arcade. So the cheapest any game could be a nickel. Most it would be like 45 cents, so a little bit less than 2 quarters. But yeah, so you'd go there and you'd get like these buckets of nickels and just go play games. And yeah, it was cruising USA, doing the double tap on the gas pedal to pop the wheelie and everything, all the good stuff. But anyways, so first let's look at PSP. And I know that Ethan wants to see God of War. I'll let Ethan choose though. You want Chains of Olympus, Ethan, or do you want Ghost of Sparta? The time is yours. And while you're deciding, I'll just back out since you said you like the theme here. This theme is called PlayStation X. And I have it on Carousel Immersive, PS5 Custom. So you can change a little bit here and there of it, but the theme is called PlayStation X. Oh, yeah. Wasn't Ethan, sorry. My most recent winner. Uh, said that the theme looks great. So yes, it does look great. And Ethan says Ghost of Sparta. All right, so Ghost of Sparta it is. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. You'll be able to see the frame rate. All right, so before we get going, just go fair. We're in Vulkan 2X, VSync full screen, frame skip off. Just want you to be able to see what I am playing with. I do not have rendered duplicate frames to 60 enabled, so it's purely what the game can do. Low resolution effects off. Show frame rate, yes. So there we go. I think I believe, no, I guess I might have forgot to play it. Check here again. All right, save state. There we go. Load state. And where is my counter? Why is my setting not showing me my FPS? There we go. Don't know why that got turned off. There we go. So yeah, you can see we're doing pretty well. For those wondering, 2x is the res would be the closest integer scale of for this display. Let me know any other games you guys want to see played. If I have them on here, I'm going to, of course, play them for you. But since Ethan had left comments on the unboxing, it was only fair to start with his requests. That's why I ask you to make a request so you can have your games featured, your requested games featured. Because again, this channel is designed to be for you guys, to help you make informed decisions. Oops. On to 30 on this cutscene. I don't know if that's by design or not, of course. Okay. In gameplay, it's holding pretty steady at 60. That's good. Of course, now you're going to drop your little spider themes at me too, aren't you? Ah, yes. Oops, I messed up. Oops. It's just a hair late. Nope, it says I was too late. Dang. Anyways, I think that's a pretty good. So what we're gonna do, exit out of that, create a save state so I can pick up where I left off later. There we go. So hope you'd agree that handled God of War pretty well. God of War, Ghost of Sparta. All right, so then now I'm in PS2. Let's see here. Yes, I like sports games. That's true. I can't deny it. And the X-Men. I always loved the X-Men. Let's see here. Let's see how I can do on Cool Borders 2001. Like say, let me know console or game you want to see played. Okay. Let me see here. Show FPS. Oh, I think I didn't pick. I think it had to be the other one. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think it's fine for now. All right. Of course, it's going to be teeny tiny. Now, it has been a long time since I played this game. Some Neo Geo Pocket Color Game Gear. Cool, cool. THPS. What is THPS3? I'm not sure, Ron. That's you could help me out. Maybe maybe I'm gonna go dull whenever I see it, but I'm trying to remember THPS3. Oh, trying to do tricks. Here we go. Oi! Didn't see that jump coming. You know, Ethan, I'm honestly very surprised at how well this handles PS2. Trying to be fancy. Try to do things a little different. Oh, that's right. Oh, missed that one. Missed 3 gates. Anyways, runs pretty well. And as far as I could see, it was running at 30, which is what the game was capable of. Better than my first trick attempt, but still not very good. These low profile sticks are pretty good. Overall, if I do what I'm supposed to do. Ah, I am horrible. It used to be much better back in the day. But yeah, Ron, let me know. All right. See what else we got here. I don't have any Pocket Color, but I do have Neo Geo, which of course is more powerful. Blazing Star. What could be THP? You're still confusing me, Ron. I hope that you come back so you can explain. Because I would love to play it if I have it. But I just can't understand what you mean. But yes, please, in the future, everyone, comment on my Monday video and let me know what you want to see. Oh, jeez. It's like a Gangnam. Gangnam. Ah, it ran right into me. Monster. These horizontal shooters used to be so cool to play. I mean, just think this still came out in 1998. And what made the Neo Geo so amazing is Neo Geo was one of the big boys as far as arcade cabinet makers, and they actually used the arcade cabinet hardware to make the Neo Geo, which back then arcades were more powerful than handhelds. Oh, Tony Hawk. I was like, what is he to say? I don't think I added Tony Hawk on here. But I'm happy to double check. I have Tony Hawk 1. Parappa the Rappa. Who remembers Parappa the Rappa? You've got a sponge cake. And then, did I add any? GTA, NBA, Need for Speed, Terminator, Simpsons Run, X-Men, Aliens, and one. Automotorista. I don't have Tony Hawk 3. If you're cool with Tony Hawk 1, I'll play that next on PS1. There we go. Previously, I've played in other live streams, I've done the North American version of this, where the cars were very, very floaty. They're a little bit more planted in the Japanese version. It's really quite interesting. They gave North America more cars, but worse driving feel. And then Japan got less vehicles, but better driving feel. Still not Gran Turismo driving feel or even Need for Speed, but I love the art style. Nope. Forget Japan is A is the enter button, not, or the circle button is the enter button, not the X button. Actually, it makes it, can I go back? Can I turn off the music? So I turn off the music, which obviously normally I would like to keep the music on, but let's go Subaru. Impreza. Style. Yeah, let's add some flair to it, why not? And you know my favorite color is red, so we'll go with red and yellow, why not? And then an automatic transmission. Sure. We'll do auto tuning. Sure. Looks good to me. I do love that they've snuck in extra buttons up here on both sides. See, these are actually clickable memory buttons. See if oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Well, I guess I timed that accidentally really well. Now, I'm not the best by any means at this, but still fun. And like I say, the graphics I think look really cool, kind of anime style. What do you guys think of how this game looks? I think it looks really good on the screen even. Oy! On this IPS panel. See, the car's more planted than the North American version. The North American version, they're almost too floaty, like almost impossible to control. You still get some looseness, but it's a bit more realistic. Whoa, 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 not supposed to go in the sand pit. Nope. And before anyone asks, no, this is not how I drive in real life. See, I like that even the computer goes in the ball pit. Because like Gran Turismo, the cars always drive like perfect. They almost never go in the sand pits and off the side of the road like that. Whoa, 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 don't hit the handbrake. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend obtaining the Japanese ROM. Ethan probably could attest because he's seen me try to play this before on other live streams. So you might have to go on the archives of the internet to be able to get it, but oops, I've turned on my hazards. That's right. They should know I'm a crazy driver. I love the little lines to show that you're going so fast. The air is whipping around the car. And as you can see, no stuttering, another PS2 game. like I say, I'm thoroughly impressed with how well this thing handles PS2. Should have probably gone e-brake and kept the car straight, but oh well. Still fun. Still looks really good. It's really fun art style. I wish I could draw anything that looked like that, but I still make stick figures look bad. Give me a heart if you're still make stick figures look bad and when trying to draw club too. So I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, you can see no slowdown. No, I wish you could hear the audio. No stuttering. It's really solid PS2 performance. So that's PS2. But Ron, I will try to make sure on the next handheld that I do that can actually support PS2 game playback. I'll do Tony Hawk 3 on the next live stream that can handle it. So there you go. Auto Modalista. For some reason they couldn't find it. Maybe because it has the Japanese on it, the underscore JP. So that's all right. So we'll go back. PS1. Tony Hawk. Now I haven't played Tony Hawk legit since I was, I think, in high school. You know, Ethan knows. I always go back and forth, and I write my reviews and record them over the next 24 hours, and then I upload them for Fridays after the live streams. So, this Ethan's device is a good device, but the thing is you can't play PS Vita on this. You can't play PS3 on this. So widescreen, the PSP is about the only thing that you can do widescreen on this. So yes, I understand this has a bigger 4:3 aspect ratio screen. It just, to me, looks better just having all of the native screen filled in. And this is more pocketable, obviously, much smaller, but it still has ergonomic grips, which is awesome because most of the smaller ones don't have ergonomic grips, but these do have the ergonomic bumps to them. So what's happening with Tony Hawk here? Might need to pick a different Tony Hawk. I just added some games that I thought would be fun, of course. Let me see here. Yes, if you're curious what one of the shirts would look like. I'm wearing a Phoenix shirt today. You can either get it here, the controller that you're looking at here. You can get the controller here on the chest, and then the full mat, the full logo on. Sorry about that, guys. Occupied. But yeah, so what I was saying though is you can get it either on the chest and then the full logo on the back, or you can get the full logo on the back, or you can get the controller on like the shoulders here as one of the subscriber giveaways. One of the options. Let's try the other Tony. Let's see if I get better luck. Hey, I got better luck this time. Firmware is missing. No, it's not. Why don't you see the firmware? I've told you where the firmware is. All right, so with that said, I do have Duck Station. So let's just quickly set up Duck Station here. Internal resolution 720p, 3x. Don't need widescreen rendering, obviously. Load BIOSes. Okay. I have my BIOS on the card. I thought I had put my PS1s on here. Maybe I forgot to carry those over. Because I did do a reset because it was acting a little funny in one way. But I put my PS3 on. Oh, okay. So I guess I didn't put my PS1 ROMs on here. Or BIOS on here. I forgot whenever I reset it. Because I was having issues with my memory card. It is what it is. So sorry. I could have played it, but I forgot I wiped my card and redid it and forgot to add that BIOS, but I put my PS3 one. Yes, you could call me Special Peanut if you want. I'm sorry. All right, Game Gear. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I remember when that show first came out. The original. One of the few things that my now ex-stepsister and I could agree to watch was Power Rangers. Because she wanted to watch Barney, even though she was in like 4th grade. And I didn't want to watch Barney. And I was in like 6th grade. So we compromised and watched Power Rangers. You just click on this little guy here to get rid of the virtual keyboard. And I do tell RetroArch to integer scale up to the closest whole integer scale, so it should look pretty decent. Having a strong sense of justice. Rock volunteered to be converted into a fighting robot. Thus, the super robot Mega Man was born. Gotta love these amazing backstories that they tried coming up with. Press start. Normal. Stone Man, Napalm Man, Starman, and Bright Man. Let's go with Bright Man. All right, so one thing I want to do here real quick, bring up RetroArch. All right, so I want to go over here to input, and let me just see here. No. And then we do want hotkeys. Quit, yeah, okay, that's enabled. Okay, good. And it's been a while since I've set up one of my controllers again. Forgive me for having a little bit of a brain fart here. There we go. Okay, analog to digital type. Yes, give me the analog, left analog stick. All right. Save my configuration. There we go. Resume. There we go. I don't know about you guys, but I like to use the analog stick when I can, so we can. Right man's gonna make it all dark on me on occasion, isn't he? Ah! Down into the pit I went. Gotta remember to jump higher. Well, I'm not doing so well with Mega Man. Horrible with big Mega Man. That's right. It's all in fun, right? Just having fun. That's all we're trying to do. Got it this time. All right. Oh. All right, let's exit out. There's Mega Man, 1995, on the Game Gear. Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden. Ah, come on, give me that level. There we go. I mean, I think, for this style of game, this style of art, these games still look really great. And I could make them look even better with some shaders turned on too, but I'm not playing with any shaders at the moment. Let me know whenever you're playing retro games, do you play with shaders on, or are you just let it play LCD, whatever LCD style that you have coming through? I do if it's a big game that I play all the time, but like for something that I'm just going to do for testing like this, I don't bother putting it on. One of the nice things too is they're going to be releasing Gamma for this, Gamma OS. And with Gamma, then we'll be able to do system level shaders. So you won't have to worry about setting it up. It'll just be every game, including PS2, can have some old school shaders. Yeah, considering this was a handheld game, I think it has pretty good graphics for one of the OG's handhelds. Slide I done. So what's it out of that? That's the beauty of the hot button. Jump back out. Oops. Great question. You can just call me P Nick or P Nick or just Nick or because that's ownership. P Nick because my handheld's P Nicks. So you can either just say P Nick or you can just call me Nick too. Because remember, P just in front of it means big brother in Thai. So what do I think of it so far? I think that it's a really great device. The thing that a lot of devices get wrong in this price range, and especially this size, don't have great range of motion on the analog triggers. But as you can see, we have some great range of motion here. And most don't give you custom like memory buttons, but we have buttons up here that you can program as you wish. I think that's really awesome. It's a really good 4.2 inch 4x3 IPS display. And like I say, I'm impressed with how solid the PS2 emulation is, GameCube emulation is. It's not perfect by any means, but it plays pretty good. Better than the TrimUI Smart Pro. Definitely more powerful than that, and it's noticeable. Press the start button. All right. Sure, we'll put in my name here. Can I get a hyphen? No, we'll do K dash then. But yeah, I think that this device will probably get one of my top devices of the year. Oops, tag. Okay, we'll do a tag here too. One of my top devices, but like I say, I will be doing a battle royale. You would know, Ice Cream Buds, you're on the Discord server. So by the end of the month, I will be doing a under $100 relatively new handheld battle royale of 5 devices. Of course, this device, the Mongmi, and then some other ones that I'll be reviewing here shortly. The Magic X035 with a 3x2 aspect ratio screen, and the Absolute E1 with a 3.5 inch 4x3 aspect ratio screen. And what was the other one? Oh, and the TrimUI Smart Pro S. So it'll be a 5-wave battle royale. Yes, I would recommend this. Now, like I say, as I began the stream stating that I understand that there's been some pushback against Ayaneo this week from other reviewers. Now they have had review units. I've never had a review unit from them, and anytime I've interacted with them, they've always treated me like a customer and treated me well. So, as as far as I'm concerned, I haven't had this types of issues that they were talking about. Now the caveat, of course, is I still haven't received my Conquer Pocket Fit 8 Elite version in the Beduck purple, but I don't think anybody's received any 8 Elites, so it is what it is. I wish I'd gotten it already so I could compare it to the AYN Odin 3, but alas, I haven't. But it should be quite comparable. Although I think AYN does a better job with their software. But for a device under $100, you want to be able to play PS2, a lot of PS2 games, a lot of PSP. There's a lot worse places to be. As you can see on playing Wipeout here on PSP, 60 frames per second. We had God of War, 60 frames per second. That's one of the hardest PSP games to emulate. The sticks, even though they're low profile, they have great range of motion and nice and accurate reads. Oops, missed. Drop down to 40 for a second, but then back up to 60. Graphics look really nice. And I'm playing PSP upscaled to match this screen's resolution. Oy, got hit. So yeah, I would recommend this from my personal experiences. But I definitely like this better than I do the Pocket DS, honestly. The Pocket DS has a lot of promise. It's just they have a lot of work to do in the software, whereas I think that they're used to handling candy bar style handhelds. So this came out much better software-wise than the Pocket DS did. I would choose the AYN Thor if you wanted a dual screen device, or heck, if you didn't, the Odin 3 or the Thor or the Odin 3, both are fantastic devices. If you're looking at premium devices that can play Secret Console, can play PS3, Xbox 360, as that emulation builds out, those will be more than capable of it. All that stuff. And I'm sure the Conquer Pocket Fit will be too, because Ayaneo knows how to do candy bar style devices, horizontal handhelds. So there we go. There's another little bit of PSP. So let's go back. Oh, I didn't mean to. I always forget which ones have stuff running as I would expect them to. Let's see. Now I haven't added 50,000 games to this. This is a different memory card than what I use on my big handhelds, which is why I'm missing like the Tony Hawk games. But yeah, so I mean, for the sub $100, it, like I say, it noticeably outperforms the TrimUI Smart Pro. The Smart Pro has the nostalgia factor of being like a PlayStation Vita, and it's pretty darn close to this, but in a smaller, more compact form factor. And then the other two that I'll be reviewing later this month, the Absolute E1 and the Magic X 035. They're both kind of unique in that it'll be Absolute's first smaller handheld. They've only done larger handhelds, and this one is a dual booting device, so you can get it to boot in Android or into Linux. So I think that's really cool. Gives you great flexibility. And the Magic X 040 is a dual D-pad single analog stick device, which again is kind of strange, but it makes it where you can turn it this way and play Tate games, vertical games, like arcade games like this. Again, strange. I look forward to trying it out. And that has a 3:2 aspect ratio screen, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, if you're asking for a recommendation today in this price range that I have reviewed, I would say either the Mungmi Air X or this. This plays surprisingly well for I have the 3 GB variant. So I can't speak about the 2 GB variant. But I remember during one of their live streams, Ayaneo said that they were using some kind of trick where it was making it basically like dual channel memory. So for the 3 GB of RAM in this acts like 6 GB, and the 2 GB acts like a 4 GB version, whereas the Mungme only comes in a 4 GB variant. And I don't think they're playing that trick, so that's why I think this might be quite similar, even though the SoC is a little bit less powerful, the RAM's compensating. My big thing is I wish the start and select that are on the left side, wish they were on the right side, because I'm used to pressing the start button with my right finger, so my right hand, so it's a bit strange to use my left hand to do start and select. I wish the Ayaneo buttons were over here if I were to nitpick. And I wish the buttons were similar. I wish maybe start was a big circle and select was a small circle. Make it symmetrical rather than different. Hey, brain beat. So that is that. Let's go GameCube. I haven't gone GameCube yet. This one. No, I think, yeah, see, I think I might have taken off the, because I had accidentally cleared out the, I reformatted my card and I didn't put all of the right ones in there. Let me see here. Let me see what I can do about that real quick. Feel free to ask questions. I'm going to see if I can't quickly transfer over the appropriate files here. Because obviously I have them all on my computer. I just forgot to carry them over when I was getting everything set up here. So my apologies, everyone. Oh, geez, I forgot my phone is connected to this for stable internet. And I don't have another USB currently connected or easily available. Okay, guess that'll have to wait. Darn it. I just remembered. My apologies, game. But I promise you, it does handle GameCube just like it does PS2 fairly well. Thank you. Yes, I like this. I don't know if you watched the unboxing, but I love that we get the choice of thumbsticks with this. Of course, they hide it from people, but I did exchange messages with someone that got the black version, and he said that he just got 2 pairs of black. So, but at least they gave him 2 pair. But if you did not watch the unboxing and you bought this device, they had them under the tray. But so you can either go a little off color from the device itself. You can see it's close. It's just not quite right. Or red to match. And me, since red is my favorite color in general, I just kept the red ones on there. But I'm glad that they give us all that option of having extra sticks, and this one they have the choice. Yeah, I can understand that, Brainbeat. The nice thing is these should, in theory, these should work. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So you want higher profile sticks, you can add higher profile sticks. They're used in the standard mechanism. Very nice indeed. I think the low profile ones work well enough and do keep it nicely pocketable, which for you, of course, is a concern, Brainbeat. But you'll be happy with your Thor. I have no doubt about that. Yeah, you can see how low profile these sticks are. Very low profile. There we go. Back in. All right. The face buttons are a little clicky, but I mean, if you're playing in bed, they're not too bad. So actually, since I haven't been able to do it yet, I did load it up. So let's bring it up over here. Let's go royalty-free crab rate. Of course, there's an ad. Since I don't have YouTube Premium, I'm not a baller like Ethan after all. I'm just getting a little bit closer to hopefully the mic can pick it all up. Looks like it's cutting it in and out a bit. Let me see if can't change that. I don't think I can. If the speakers are downward firing. I wish they were forward facing, but of course, no bass, but you don't expect that, especially not in the sub $100 range. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see here. For Brain Beat, let's see here. Royalty free music. For video. Okay, let's see what that one. Epic. Let's see what Epic sounds like. Just for Brain Beat. All right. Let's try that one. More videos. You guys are letting me down here. Free Epic music. They say Epic music. On Shopee. There we go. That's better. This better, Brain Beat? All right, so we'll end that. So there we go. Some music. Well, royalty-free music. Generally, you don't. There's no one claiming royalties on it, so royalty-free music would work fine. But I will look for stream-safe music in the future. All right. So again, sorry about that. It's funny that I have the PS2 stuff in here, but not that. Excellent. Sure, let's try excellent. Super Nintendo. So what did you guys think of the audio, though? I know my noise suppression is cutting off most of it. I tried to figure out how to do that, but it wasn't wanting to turn off. It's supposed to be just tapping one of the buttons, but it's not turning off. So I'm not sure why. And if I turn it off at the beginning of the video, I can't turn it on. And then you hear my air conditioner the whole video. And I don't want you to hear my air conditioner the whole video. Because that guy right up there, you can see him right on the other side of the phone, can be kind of, it give you a loud, nice little hum the whole time. Yeah, it's summertime for you. It's always summertime for me, but great question, Kyle. I got mine. I was one of the first backers of their Indiegogo campaign. Oops. Figured it only makes sense to do a vertical shooter after doing a horizontal shooter earlier. If I could play very well, that'd be great. One thing you'll never hear me claim to be is a pro-worthy gamer. Not on my PlayStation 5, not on SNES, nothing. But for me, the most important part is having fun. And I have fun talking to you guys, creating content and playing these games. So that's what matters to me. So there you go. There's a little SNES. 31 degrees in this time of night. Wow. What is it here? Heck, it's only like 28 degrees here. It's practically the freezer outside here. But Kyle, if you're still there, definitely. I don't remember seeing you on the Discord server. So sign up for the Discord server and subscribe, obviously, to the channel if you're not already subscribed, so you can qualify for subscriber giveaways. I began the video with a subscriber giveaway. So every Wednesday I do subscriber giveaways. Brainbeat finally selected his subscriber giveaway, so I've already ordered that before I went live. So the only thing I ask is kindly be able to take a picture of it so we can share it on the Discord server and potentially on video so people can see the different gifts that people choose. But you got Brainbeat got a black flash drive with Phoenix logo on it. Where did my red one go? I got too much stuff around here sometimes. Don't remember where I put my red one. But Fern won the first flash drive, and she's here in Thailand. She's actually goes to church with me, and she always loved hearing me talk about video games, so she subscribed right away, and she was one of the winners. And I try to be as fair as possible. If you've watched any part of it, you'll see I always do 3 shuffles of the names, and then I do a single spin. And you're only disqualified for 3 times, so after that you qualify for you'll qualify for getting on the 4th time. So next video, Brain Beat will qualify again. Oh, I don't like 43-degree weather. 43-degree weather does not sound fun to me. Oops. Where is my control here? I have to figure out my moves. There we go. Love that Batman can punch like 1,000 times a second. Wow. Go, go. Come back here. These good old beat 'em ups from back in the day. Pile driver, Batman. Obviously, this device won't have any trouble with any SNES games, but still, they look really good, even without shaders. Like I said, I'm interested to try Gamma, to try it with the built-in shaders, but trying to attack the guy on the bike caused me to die. I love that they can shoot their own companions, their own partners. Ah, I like Batman gets shot with the bazooka and just gets back up. And then a guy punches him and he dies. Pretty fun little Batman game though. Leave those women alone. And you with fire. Ah, don't burn me. As Smokey the Bear said, say no to forest fires, kids. Down in Oz, do you guys know about Smokey the Bear? Or is that mainly a North American thing about being cautious about creating forest fires? There we go. I guess that's the first level. I think that's good. So we'll exit out of there. Yes, so if you're newly watching, you don't feel like watching the beginning, that's fine, that's fine. We did do the member giveaway, so I would suggest if you do qualify for it to watch, I'll be reaching out. But at the beginning I talked about this theme. This week's theme is PlayStation X. And I'm using the console immersive version with PS5 color scheme under custom. And what I like about it is for each console you have, it gives the original advertisement for the console and a little synopsis of the console when it came out and all of that information. And then when you come into it, then you get the game synopsis is up here and all of that information. You get the box arts and you get the videos playing in the background. If you have a video, I think that's kind of a really cool little theme. So it's one I found this week whenever I was downloading themes, so I had to go for it. So that I think should be it for this week. We've been going for about an hour and a half. I want to make sure to answer any questions. Okay, you know of Smokey the Bear, but he wasn't really in Oz, and you don't have really something similar. I guess it's because we're quite silly in North America and we like to have forest fires. So I have a picture from when I was like 16 where my dad and I were standing in front of the original Smokey the Bear statue. It's like 10 or 15 meters tall. It's quite a tall statue. And of course, back then that was with an analog camera with actual film. You had to go to the film store and get the film printed off of the negatives. So go to Walmart. In this case, well, I'm sure my dad either went to Walmart or to the grocery store. They also had where you could drop off the rolls of film and they would make your film for you. Well, I'm glad you guys escaped anything major. That's always a good thing because yeah, I remember in Edmonton we occasionally get forest fires in the mountains that are a couple hours away. And yeah, in Edmonton, a few times you just walk outside and it smells like you're standing next to like a barbecue without, just like one that's being heated up. You just get that burning wood smell, rather. I don't know why I said it that way, but for like a couple weeks due to the forest fires. And, that happened a few times over the years. But I was never directly affected by a forest fire. But I have been in an earthquake. I have been in a, or I've been next to a tornado like 1 kilometer from my house. But I remember walking outside down the street with my brother in the middle of Hurricane Wilma, which was like a Category 3 hurricane, so quite a strong hurricane. And we were being smart guys. I was like 20 and he was like 23 or whatever, and we were walking around outside in Hurricane Wilma. And of course, I've been in blizzards, both with wet snow and dry snow. And if you're not familiar, there is a difference between wet snow and dry snow. So the only thing I haven't directly seen is like a volcano. And while the earthquake that I was in February 2010, if you want to look it up, one of the strongest earthquakes in history, I was in Santiago, Chile at the time. But the tsunami did not affect me because I was in Santiago, but we had a location where I taught English. We had a location that was in the town that was the beach town next to the epicenter because the epicenter was in the water. And yeah, that caused some trauma. The guy said you could just see foam coming. It looked like just foam coming towards you, and everybody ran away. And then you looked back, and it was going back away, and cars and houses were being taken with it. But we had aftershocks in the 6s and 7s for weeks after that, and what we felt in Santiago was still like an 8.8, which was still a ridiculously strong earthquake. And I was on the 10th floor in the middle of the night, so that was fun. Um, but yeah, forest fires are no joke for sure. So hopefully the grass fires were put out for you guys. Any other questions about this device before, like I say, I will be working tonight because lovely jubbly, I've got to work tonight. And then I will be creating the script and doing the gameplay footage. Of course, I'll be adding the BIOS so I can have PS1 and other games being played during my review. But any other questions before we end the stream tonight? I'll give you guys a few seconds since I know there's a delay, since I have captioning turned on. So anyone that isn't fluent with English should be able to have closed captioning turned on and at least see it in English. No, I've got another question. I haven't tried that Brainbeat, so I will gladly check it out before I do my review, and I'll comment on the review if it does work. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't either, but you know, I'm willing to give it a try. The worst thing is that it doesn't work, right? So, and maybe it surprises us. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll share in the Discord server your subscriber giveaway whenever you get it. And thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys jumping on and watching me play some games. And like I say, I apologize again about not having the BIOS. I did a formatting of the card, and I forgot to apparently add them all. I added PS2, but not PS1. So I'm sorry about that. But I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for being part of the fam. And until next time, this has been PNEC.